evening, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Renee. This is Minecraft. And tonight I am going to be doing some terraforming in our forever world while you drift off to sleep. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds of the rain, the breaking and placing of the blocks, the little grunts and noises from the different animals, as well as the nice gentle music, which will lure you off into a deep and restful sleep. All right, let's get into it. We are actually going to start by breaking and replanting this field of wheat. I am going to need a lot of wheat for a couple of projects that are coming up in the future. So why not keep this farm going and get as much as we can along the way. We can say hi to our little kitty cats over here. They still need names. If you guys have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I find it so satisfying to farm in Minecraft. Just the sounds of the seeds and then the crops when they break. It's just so calming and relaxing to listen to. Almost done here. All right. That's great. Let's go through our home. We'll come over to where the cows are. Drop the wheat off. We have so many seeds. More seeds than I know what to do with. Oh, I forgot. I started placing the wheat seeds in these barrels over here. Alright, there we go. And now let's head off to our work site. It's just over here. We'll go across the bridge, up this little set of stairs. Say hi to the chickens, and then we'll make a right. And this is our area. This is currently the tree farm, but it will not be that for much longer. We're going to take down all the trees in this area, the ones up here as well. We're going to do some terraforming mainly in this area right here. We got to even it out. Kind of smooth out this land and get it ready for the cemetery and the church that's going to be built up here. But before we do any reshaping or reforming, first we need to chop some trees. Let's go big or go home and start with one of these big double wide spruce trees. Spruce is certainly my favorite wood to build with. especially with this texture pack that I use. And I'm glad that it is easy to get such a large amount of spruce with these double wide trees. And there's just something sort of fun and satisfying about chopping them down as well. And after this, we are going to be well stocked for a long time. Oops. I'm not gonna bother with taking any of the leaves down. I'll get some along the way here because I have silk touch on my pickaxe, and I usually need to break a few leaves to get where I'm going. But we already have a lot of spruce leaves at our disposal. So it's not a priority to get any more right now. Alright, that one was pretty easy. Tree wasn't too tall. Oh look, this one didn't grow at all. Alright, we can take down some of these single ones as well. Let's see, we've got one more big guy over here. Well, this one is taller than I thought. Look how high we're going. There we go. Oh, I guess that one right there is even taller than this one. We'll go over there in just a moment. Let's make sure we have all the wood. Like, I don't want to leave that one behind. All right. I love the sound that the game makes when you pick stuff up off the ground. All right, let's go over here and take this one down. I do have to be a little careful, even though there's some leaves around the trunk, and that does help keep me safe. The higher we go, the harder the fall. But we've reached the top, easy enough. I'm gonna crouch and chop downwards. Do a quick run around, pick up as much as we can. And then we'll keep chopping down some trees. Oh, just a couple more. And now, let's start moving up the hill. I think we need to just strip down. Oh, this is another big one. I guess I forgot how many I planted up here. Alright, just kidding. Let's take down one more. Well, that one wasn't too tall. Okay. Now I want to move on to this tree. We'll have to fill in this area as well. Cover it up and make it blend into the landscape a little better. Let's take down these oak trees. Oh, this is a big one. I do like when the oak trees that spawn have a little more detail and personality to them. Even if it does make them more difficult to chop down. Alright. That should be good for that one. Let's get this spruce tree. I think I am going to leave some of these ones along the edges for now. We can always come back and tear them down later. But if we don't need to, I would prefer not to. I'm a big fan of conserving as much of the original terrain and flora as possible. I'm sorry I keep falling, you guys. I hope that landing sound isn't too harsh for all of you. I do love the falling leaves. I think that's beautiful. We'll take down these acacia as well. And we'll let the leaves despawn naturally on their own. Hopefully they'll drop a good amount of saplings. Let's take down all of these as well. We are also going to have to take these beehives down, which we need to do at nighttime while the bees are inside. Oh, it looks like I've run out of inventory space. It's a good thing I brought along a few shulker boxes that we can use for storage as we go. Perfect. Let's pick up some more of this. And while it's nighttime right now, let's get these beehives and their campfires. Oops. And we'll go get them set up somewhere else in a little bit. We may as well come grab the one over here as well. Or two, I guess. There's one more all the way over here. Perfect. I guess we can take down this floating tree. There we go. We can start taking these down on the way back. I think it'll just make things a bit easier. All right. Definitely looking much more open. I think we do need to come take these trees down, as they are, or at least seem to be, preventing some of the leaves from decaying. Let's take these down as well. And one more over here, just for good measure. Okay. That's looking pretty nice and open. Let's come over here and keep working on these trees. Oh, hello, donkey. You haven't gotten yourself stuck back here, have you? I sure hope not. He looks content. We'll leave him be. Alright, how far back are we going to terraform? I think we can leave the rest of these trees for now. Let's take this one out. Alright, I think that's pretty good. What we need to do now is go around and turn all of this podzol into path blocks. Certainly not an easy task, as it seems to be showing me right now. Simple, but not easy. And here's the secret. Once we turn all of these into path blocks, we will then turn all of the path blocks into tilled land. And once the path blocks have become tilled, and when they have no water source to sustain them, they will turn back into regular dirt. That prevents me from needing to, one by one, break and replace all the podzol. I do have to go over everything twice, which I suppose you could consider that to be not the most efficient process. And I suppose I am going to go through and terraform, and some of these podzol blocks probably would have gotten taken out by my terraforming anyways. However, I think it would be more difficult for me to tell how my terraforming is looking if it's not all grass. So I could do as much terraforming as I wanted. I could even it out. I could take down the podzol. I could place dirt blocks over the podzol. But some of them would get covered up. Some of them wouldn't, like this one, which is not ideal. Because now to get rid of that, I either have to break it or go through this same process. And look, there's podzol under here as well. And under here, I don't want that podzol there. Not at all. So I fear we'd find ourselves in this situation a bunch where you can see some of the podzol. Now I guess this is going to turn back into grass blocks, and then it will cover it up, so I suppose that's alright. But still, I do think this is going to make it easier on me. And we're already making great progress. So why not? And I do notice that our inventory is full. So let's drop off as much of this as we can into one shulker box. Then we can put the rest into another. All right. As I was saying, I do think we're already making good progress with the podzol. And I suppose in situations like that, we can just break and replace it. But I would rather have to do that as little as possible. Let's keep plugging away on converting this podzol. We're gonna do my patented spiral method, where I go along the edges, around and around, and every time I go around, the area that we still have to complete gets visibly smaller and smaller. And that's what I'm looking for. I want the satisfaction of watching all the podzol be slowly whittled down, little by little, until we come to the end. That wasn't so bad now, was it? Look at all this space we have to work with. Looks pretty good. Now that we're here though, I do want to take down more of these trees. Like this one, certainly. We'll take these ones down as well. We're going to end up closing in this hole along the way while we're doing all of our terraforming. And I think I want to come take down some of these trees as well. Even though I didn't want to earlier, I do think we need to. Just to get a very full, well-rounded image of the space we're working with. We got a couple more over here. Okay. I think that's all the trees I want to take down. We're gonna leave the gravestones. Oh, another one. We are gonna leave the gravestones for now. I know, I think they're gonna end up floating, and it'll look a little strange, but I'm okay with that. Alright. We are gonna start by taking down a level or two right here. And then we'll fill up this hole as well. And this hole. I do think we're going to continue this level here, this long flat area. We'll continue this out a little bit. Maybe we'll make like some sort of nice curve. We'll do some tiers. So the land will descend, it'll kind of curve down a little bit. But to take care of this, we'll put a torch down to light it up. We'll do the same thing over here just in case. And then we'll just come in with the dirt. And we'll take inspiration from what is already here. There we go, as if it never existed. And then we will have to take that away. Let's start filling in here. Perfect. Actually not perfect. Oops. Double not perfect. I did not mean to fall. That's okay. We can just hop right back out. We're going to take down this stone and this andesite. We'll replace it with dirt. Let's get this coal as well. I can never have enough coal, in my humble opinion. Oops. Wow, this is a nice juicy coal vein we got here. Alright, let's get ourselves up and out of this hole. And let's fill it all in. Alright, that looks great. No more holes in the ground. Oh, one more hole in the ground. I missed this. Well, let's fill this guy up too. There we go. Oh, and we've got some stone here to take down. Let's do that. Ooh, we missed one over here. I saw those sticks over there floating on the ground. And for a moment, I thought those were the legs of a spider. Which is funny because I am playing on peaceful mode right now. So there wouldn't be any spiders anyways. Actually, I think we should put a torch down just in case something wants to spawn. Alright, that's good for now. Oops, we left a piece of wood up there. Let's run into our wizard's tower and access our ender chest. Because we need a hoe now. And that shulker box is full. Let's see if we can add any of these to it. There we go. Oops, sorry, accident. Was I blocking your way? So since these are full, we can go ahead and put them in here. And we'll grab out this other one. Oh, now let me see. I want to make sure I'm being as efficient as possible with my resources. Yes, we still have room in this one. So let's put all of those in there. And then, oh, we're definitely gonna need some more dirt. We'll see how that goes. Okay. We can put this one in here since it's full. We can put the bow and arrow away too. Alright. Let's keep this one on hand. And let's keep working. I think we should start from the top and sort of work our way down. And I think that will better inform some of these layers and how the progression is gonna go. But actually, let's start by taking a hoe to all this land. Oops. Dirt. There we go. Another spot for the dirt. Let's get as much of this as we can. Well, we're going to get all of it. But I think I mean, let's be as efficient as possible. And I suppose I maybe have made this a little counterproductive, because while it's raining, the land is going to stay tilled, and it's not going to convert back to grass blocks. Because, oh, I guess that one is. I thought maybe the rain would keep it waterlogged like that, but it looks like some of these are already turning into grass blocks, so hopefully I'm mistaken and they will all turn into grass blocks. Let's get this whole patch. Oh, look. A piece of puzzle got away from us. Nice try. Let's see, I think we can get this whole area. And then we'll start making our way up and over. Oh yeah, these are already turning into grass. Good. Let's get this whole line here. Alright, that's all the path blocks on that side. Oh, I guess we could come down here and sort of cut over and start getting all of these. Look, another sunrise. How beautiful. We've really been working through the night here, haven't we? Look, all of these are still waterlogged. And I can't remember if those ones were tilled or not. I think all of these were, and now they're turning back into dirt. So, I do think this is working. I got a little worried there for a moment that I had wasted a bunch of time. I hope I haven't. I think it might just be a bit of a slower process. But I think it is worth it nonetheless. And we're already making really great progress. Let's fill this in with dirt just for now. And we'll keep going with the hoe. Yeah, those are turning into dirt, right? Oh no, I just filled those. Never mind. Oh, see, this is what I was afraid of. But see, that wasn't too bad. To just break and replace one. And another one. Okay. What do you think, Donkey? Was this a good move? Or did I waste my time? Ah, look at all these places where we've got podzol. Well, let's leave it for now. And as we're doing the terraforming, if for some reason we end up exposing the podzol and needing to replace it, we can do it as the need arises. But look at this, just a little strip up this hill. This is the last little bit, you guys. I feel like that went by really fast. And I think that goes to show that my method works. I'm gonna call it the sanity spiral. The spiral that allows you to keep your sanctity, that's not a word, sanity, while doing large repetitive tasks in Minecraft. Because I think it is very, very easy to lose your sanity doing something like that. Alright, now the time has come for the real terraforming. I am gonna hop into free cam here just so I can take a look at what we're working with from above. And you guys can kind of see too how uneven all of this is. So what we're gonna do is find some way, maybe we'll kind of continue this curve here around, and then we'll go down a level and have another curve, down a level, maybe another curve around like that. We're gonna have to make this a nice even hole in the wall. We're gonna put some sort of hobbit hole in here. And we're gonna need to find a way to make this transition a little easier. So that is no small or easy task. And we may not get it all done today. And now I'm tearing up dirt I just placed, of course. But I do think we can at least make a dent and get some general shapes filled out. And then we'll refine later. Let's see, I think we can employ the spiral method here as well. Let's try to avoid falling in these holes that we just covered up. We're gonna have to cover those up again, aren't we? But that's all right. I feel like in this game, you never do a task once. You always have to end up doing it at least a couple of times to get it perfect. Or I think more of what I'm trying to say is that as much as you plan and do things that you think are productive in the moment, you always end up needing to switch it out and try something different at some point anyways. Alright, let's take a quick look. Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's just fill that in. And take that down. Okay. Now we need to start filling in this second layer. I'm going to place a torch into that creeper hole just as a precaution. Let's see. I think I do want this one to curve in a similar way, but maybe the curve will widen a little bit towards that end. So let's see. What if we did this? What is that? 1, 2, 3. We'll need to break out the pickaxe here. 1, 2, 3. And this one can go 2. 2. And then maybe 1. Good. That's along the lines of what I was going for. Oops, and we fell in yet another hole. Let's ignore that and keep moving. Oh, the irony. I put so much emphasis on filling up these holes and making everything nice and even and pretty just to have to rip them out and do it all over again. But like I said, sometimes that's the way this game goes. The process is never smooth or easy. Oh look, more coal. I'm going to take a little reverse here and go in the other direction on the way back. Oops. Let's take down all of this. Oh look, more coal. We'll definitely have to grab that. I don't know why I keep filling the little spots back in. We're probably gonna have to tear them out again anyways. But old habits die hard. Oh look, iron as well. We're hitting the jackpot over here, you guys. This is wonderful. Oh no. That is not wonderful. Okay, let's use this gravel and stone to build back up to conserve as much of our dirt as possible. And I'm going to fill this in another layer here, because we're probably going to take some of this down too. And we're going to need some blocks under there to support it and support us as well. Alright, I think I'm not going to bother with exchanging any of this out for dirt until we've solidified the shape of the terrain. Because if I switch it out and then I have to just dig it up again in 10 minutes, I'm going to be very upset with myself. So let's avoid that situation entirely. And we'll just leave it for now. But let's come gather up these resources. I'll never say no to some iron and some coal. Even if it's just a few small blocks. Alright, let's take all this newfound dirt. Let's come over here and start filling some of this up. And preparing for our next little curve. So we have this right here that I'm going to turn. We'll turn it into a curve. We'll probably have it come maybe like right here. And then it'll kind of curve off this way. And maybe it'll end like right about here. So this will come down a level. Let's put that one back. All of this is going to have to come down as well. Okay, let's get the shape figured out, and then we'll work more on tearing stuff down. I think I'm going to start already with doing 2 blocks, and then we'll go into let's start 2 blocks a little earlier. Let's start it here. And then we'll go into 3. And then let's pull back a bit. I think I already want to start curving it down. Yes, we'll extend this, and then from right here, like we'll extend this one by one, and then we want to start curving it down and in. Ooh, that's a big curve. We maybe won't do that big of a curve. Okay. But that helps me visualize. I can see the vision. Now we need to start taking some away. We're about to uncover some more holes here, aren't we? That's all right. I knew it was bound to happen. Let's just gather up and fill in. Okay. We'll do 3, and then we'll hop into 2, and then we'll do 2 for a while. Oops. Wasn't supposed to take that one out. Am supposed to take that one out. Okay. 1, 2. 1. Then we'll start with the dirt here. Oh, not there. Dirt goes here. And then I think we'll start going in by 1 all the way to the end. So 1. With the dirt below. One, 1. Okay. And let's do that. So we will have to take down this tree. Not a problem. Let's get rid of this grass. And then we'll get rid of the stone afterwards. All right. And now I'm gonna do a little bit of filling in. Especially up here. We'll cover this creeper hole. Oops. take care of all of these guys. Okay, and it looks like we're out of storage. So let's place down a shulker box and start filling up. That was easy. Actually, I suppose we should run around and pick up as much as we can and then fill up. Okay. All right, let's hop out, take a quick look. It'll need a little bit of refining as we go, but I'm happy with that for now. And I think I may want to take this down 2 levels. You see how we have this house here? We're either going to take it down or we're going to build it up 2 levels. My heart is telling me to build it up. So we're going to build up to this level that we're on right here, which means all of this needs to get filled in with dirt. And it's going to be a good several minutes here of me doing this. Placing one dirt block after another until I lose my mind. Just kidding. Hopefully I don't lose my mind. Alright, but we're going to build up to here. And then I think I'm just going to have it. Let's see what the shape of this is going to be. I think I want to follow this current shape a little bit. So we'll have it kind of come out and curve around. And I am going to do a little floating block here. Just to conserve some of our dirt. Let's see. this should line up over here. Pretty perfectly. I'm just gonna do a little bit of refining. 1, 2, 3. Another 1, 2, 3. I think we can do 2. Oh no, let's do 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. And then we'll just let that continue. Okay, so now we gotta fill in all of this. What did I say earlier, you guys? That maybe tilling all the land was a waste of time. We're gonna have to dig it up or cover it up anyways. And look what I have to do. I have to cover it all up. That's okay. Like I said, it's part of the process, and I do enjoy the process, as tedious as it is. I have come to love it. We should put some torches down, because we're going to have a double high here. I was playing Minecraft pretty regularly in 2018, 2019, somewhere along that way. Somewhere around that time. And I wanted to do what I'm doing now. Build up a forever world. Really fill it out. Give it a lot of detail, a lot of character, a lot of story. And I did pretty well for a while. But I found myself getting burnt out at how tedious some of the tasks were, and how a lot of it just felt like repetition. It was the grind, as they say. I was getting to the point where I needed to grind. Oh look, a wandering trader. Oh hello. Pink dye beetroot seeds, a slime ball. It would actually be great to get some slime balls from this guy. So we can actually do that. Let's go get some emeralds. Well, they leave this door open all the time. Let's get some emeralds. Anyways, as I was saying, this time around, I've really leaned into the grind and leaned into the tedious tasks. And we're actually gonna do something a little fun here. Oops. Well, I was gonna try to trap. There we go. 5 slime balls, pretty good. I was gonna try to separate the trader from the llamas, but he outsmarted me. Alright, llamas. Actually, I think I just outsmarted him. Accidentally. Alright, well now we have 2 more llamas to add to our llama collection. Come over here, my friends. You guys, this is going to become a problem very quickly. We have a lot of llamas over here. They're going to need a better home at some point soon. I think one of them may have despawned. Oh no, there he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 6 llamas, pretty good. 3 horses. Well, the horses are also going to need some better stables soon as well. That little hitching post outside of the inn and tavern is not enough for them. All right, I think I'm going to start just adjusting this curve a little bit. Well, more like giving it a curve. One, 2, 3. Oops. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oops again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This will actually become 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that won't do. Well, let's see. How does that look? Yeah, not quite. All right, let's do that. And then we'll sort of start building down and around to bring these different layers together. This is definitely one of the biggest terraforming projects I've taken on. And now that we're here, I'm questioning my decisions. Okay, I think I've got it. It's going to be a little different from what I originally planned, or the idea that I had in mind, but that's okay. Nothing ever really goes to plan exactly how you wanted it to. Now, does it? Let's start taking this down as well. And then I think this will end up sort of cutting off into... we'll have more of a steep cliff edge here. Maybe more of a steeper edge here as well. Let's try it. I know I at least want to smooth this out. And oh look, more podzol for us to deal with. take care of that later. Let's take care of some of this. Let's see. I'll just fill this in with dirt for now. Okay, that's all right for the moment. Let's finish this little steep hillside. I think originally this wasn't supposed to be so steep, but I think we'll be able to make it work. We do definitely need to fill this in, so let's pop down a couple of light sources. Grab our trusty handy dandy dirt and start placing it down. Okay, something like that. And then maybe something like that. It is a little difficult since I can't see the green. It's hard to tell exactly how those different layers look, but I'm gonna assume they look fine. And then I'm gonna take out, you guys, see, this is what I hate. Hate's a strong word, but pretty close. Taking out all that podzol because of my connected textures. Even though I love the connected textures, makes some of this stuff a real pain. I tell myself right after complaining. I'm trying not to complain, you know. It's tough. Alright, well, with a little bit of the sunlight peeking through, I can see that a little bit better. We're definitely gonna have a path that comes along this way. So why don't we take this out? And we can already start. This is gonna have to move. But I wanna start just cutting out the path a little bit. Oh, I don't think I can path these. I cannot. Well, that's unfortunate. Then we're gonna leave the path alone for now. And we'll come over here. And start doing some refining around this area. Oh, we do need to fill all of this in. Make it a little more even and cohesive. So I'm going to start at the bottom this time. And we'll sort of work our way up. Maybe we should drop a couple torches in here. I don't usually have any mobs coming up from this way, but just to discourage it as much as possible. Now I gotta get out of here too. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we'll at least do that. And then I think we can just sort of fill in some of this. Let's put a torch down in here as well. Okay, that's not quite an even natural slope. So let's actually take some of this down. And we've just got to connect these up a little better. Let's see, we can maybe bring this out so that we can bring this out. I'm just filling in little holes wherever I see them. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see about this area. We can even out some of these curves a little bit. I still don't quite know how I'm gonna connect everything up over here, so I don't want to do too much at the moment. Let's pull away into free cam and see what we're working with. Okay, there's a couple spots that could use just a little bit of attention. Yeah, like we want to smooth that out a little bit. But I think I'm pretty happy with how it's looking overall. I do think this is a little steep here, but depending on what we do with this top area, we might have like a little retaining wall here. I think it'd be nice to have this sort of curve the same way. See how this has a rounded curve? This has a more straight line. I want this to be a little more rounded too. And maybe we actually push this in a couple of blocks. Okay, let's try that. So this is going to be the frontmost edge. And then this is going to curve off back behind it. Let's see. With how efficient the pickaxe is, I always hit blocks that I don't mean to. 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, I think that might already be a little better. Yes. I already like that so much more. It just goes to show you guys, sometimes even the smallest, simplest little tweaks can make a huge difference. And now have a more even slope. Oh look, I forgot to do all of this. Okay, let's place these down. Okay. That should be good. We'll have a pretty big open space here. I think I already want to sort of cut this a little smaller. Maybe we'll have a little lookout over here. There's going to be a path along this way. This is going to be some sort of, I don't know, cafe. I might put the honey farm in here. I haven't decided yet. Or it might be we could do some other type of farm in here. I'm not sure what. If you guys have any ideas, please drop them in the comments. I'm just trying to make the entrance look even, just for our own current visual reference. Let's see, I do think I should take this out as well. Okay. That's some nice open space. Let's see if we can clean up some of this over here. All right, I think that curve is a little better. Why don't we extend it out one more block? And then this area could use a little bit of love. Why don't we take this down? Why don't we bring this forward? Something like that. We can extend, because we are going to have some sort of path that runs up here, I believe. So ideally, I want to give myself at least 2 blocks to work with. So that we can create a smooth running path. Using slabs, we don't have to use stairs. We can cut the path out first and then terraform around it. All right. Okay, this should be perfect. This will take us all the way up here. And then let's just see what this looks like. Okay, I'm okay with it looking a little more man-made to some degree, because it is. And it would make sense that the residents of Aurora did need to do some landscaping and terraforming in order to properly place their own infrastructure. All right. Hello, chickens. How does that look? Let's just work on this area right up here a little bit. We can widen this out. Maybe even bring it back like that. Okay. I think that's pretty good. We'll have a little something over here. Maybe like an amphitheater. These could be like raised seats and put it on the stage or something. Let's actually bring this over. Is that all right? Yeah, that's all right. One more. Okay, then we'll have some sort of build put into the wall here. We have space here for a house or a farm or something along those lines. And then if we pop up, we may have some sort of staircase. Maybe like a long winding staircase that comes up and around. We are going to put the church and the graveyard up here in this big flat open area. We'll have to plan that out as we go. And then we have these little curved tiers that'll run all the way up to this district up here. Now I'm not sure what it's gonna be. Maybe we'll put some like gardens in these tiers or something like that. I don't know. But we definitely have lots of room to be creative. And I think the last thing we're gonna do is take out all of this stone and replace it with dirt. I do not have enough dirt right now in my hands to do that, but we'll fly back home and we'll get it done. I certainly have plenty of dirt in storage. This is certainly a lot of stone, but that's good. Oh, and iron. Let's get that too. Nice. see. I think all of this is supposed to be dirt, right? Yes, okay. Oh no. I've run into a problem. I don't know where the different layers start if I take them all out like this. Okay. We can do some deductive reasoning. Let's see, that makes sense. Why don't we just replace the ones that are on this outer edge right now? And I think it's gonna go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, maybe 3. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That was not as much of a problem as I thought it might be. But just to be safe, we're gonna fully replace these edge ones first. And then we can go in and take the rest of this out. And then we can drop down and take the rest of this out. Except we'll need to do the same thing here. So while it is light, let's do this. A little break and replace. And see, I messed this up. Okay, I think that's correct. If it's not correct, it is now correct. Okay, so we can put the torch back in hand. Oh no, I just jumped out of that. Let's at least cover this hole. Okay, and all of this will fill in with dirt. Okay, I think I've got it now. One layer done. We still have a bunch to go down here. Why don't I fill this in just in case any mobs think it'd be fun to spawn down there. Oh well, I did forget. I am on peaceful mode, so I guess they aren't gonna spawn anyways, but that just goes to show it's hard to get out of that defensive and protective state of mind when you're playing this game. I'm always keeping an eye out for those mobs. making good progress here. Won't take too long to get all of this cut out. Almost there. So close. Oh, it's gonna feel so good once this is all filled in with grass, you guys. I can't wait to see it. Alright, that's the last of the stone. Now we gotta go get more dirt. And look at this. I recently got this trident. Riptide, Unbreaking, and Mending. I got Riptide and Unbreaking on the first try. And it's a super lucky. And it means we can now fly through the rain. Oop, a bit of a hard landing. I'm still getting used to the controls. Alright. We can put the andesite as well. Dirt. And I'm gonna put the stick back. We'll put this birch leaf away. Let's get a whole bunch of stacks of dirt. I don't care if it's too much. I would rather have too much than not enough. And I'm pretty sure, you guys, I can't remember where I store my flint. I have some flint. I know I put it somewhere. I don't remember. Oh well, it'll go in there. All right. Let's go back. Oh yeah, that looks so good, you guys. This is turning out exactly like what I wanted. All we gotta do is fill this in. This is going by faster than I thought. I hope you are asleep by now, snoozing peacefully, dreaming away, getting some good rest. If you happen to be awake and listening or watching, I just want to express my gratitude for your presence here on this video. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for watching this far. Thank you for spending time with me while I take care of some of the more quote-unquote boring or tedious tasks of this game. Even though I do love terraforming, it's always nice to do it with friends. I feel like it makes the time go by a little faster. So thank you for being here. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more weekly ASMR content, ASMR Minecraft long play episodes to help you fall asleep. I also stream live every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. PST, and sometimes on Saturdays as well. If you would like to hang out with me more and in a more exciting and high energy sort of vibe, come to the live streams. Anyway, we're almost done here, you guys. It's been a lovely evening with you, chatting and hanging out and getting things done. Like I said, thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna come find a little spot down here to sign off. Alright, and there we are. I think it looks a little creepy with the crosses floating in the background, but that's okay. It is what it is. That's where we are today. So once again, thank you so much for being here. That is going to be the end of this video. We got a lot done today, and I'm so excited about the progress. I could not have done it without all of you. I hope you have a really great night and a really great week. I hope you get a long, restful night of sleep tonight, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.